Hey guys, it's Chelsea. So this is the second video, or might be the second video of this little video series I'm doing about St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, because right now our radiothon is going on. I wanted to sit down and talk to you a little bit about the hospital, and this one is going to be probably the most emotional of all of these, because I'm going to be talking about their quality of life palliative care program at St. Jude, which is for children. They're unfortunately preparing for their passing. Not only is the care throughout their entire treatment just unbelievable, but their palliative care I found even more fascinating than anything else, and the most upsetting in the fact that you know why what they're doing and why they have to do it and what they're preparing for, but also the most inspirational, because we heard stories of kids that they know what's happening, but they still have this undying hope and positivity. Speaking on behalf of the quality of life team was Dr. Baker, who was an unbelievable speaker and such a captivating speaker. He had done a TED Talk he had talked about as well. I'm pulling up my phone so I can get some of the pictures from there so I can read off of some stuff for you, but he talked about it. And at St. Jude, at first I thought this was an awful number, but then I realized no, it's a good number. 96% of patients who pass at St. Jude go through their quality of life program. Most hospitals, that number is drastically lower. This means that they can prepare everybody, the parents, the siblings, and the children, of what's going to happen. And they can do things that make that time more bearable and not as sad in a way. And it sounds so weird, but even throughout this time, he talked to patients that still had the amount of hope that they had going into the hospital. And you just sit back and you think, these are kids. They know what's going on, but they still have hope. They still are so strong. He had talked about some of the things that they do for the families. They do fingerprint pendants so that they can still have a piece of their children. They do work with the music therapists at the hospital, and what they'll do is they will record the kid's heartbeat and put it over or under a song that they write or they create, so that they can hear their own children's heartbeat forever. They have that. They have it in something that's a bit more positive than just hearing the heartbeat. It's in a song that they can listen to all of the time. And I wanted to read some of the stuff from some of the children there that I just couldn't imagine the strength that these children have. There was a patient who painted on her window a beautiful, I'll put the picture up here as well, but this beautiful mural of a ship on the ocean, and on it she wrote, "She stood in the storm, and when the wind did not blow her way, she adjusted her sails. Hope anchors the soul." I mean, that quote in general is such an inspiring quote to use, but knowing the situation that this child, this girl is going through, makes it even more impactful. She knows the wind isn't blowing her way. She knows where her ship is headed, and she still holds on to that hope, on that undeniable hope that these children have. He spoke of this other girl who had written an album. She had 2 songs that she put on a CD that she recorded while she was through her quality of life program. And on the back of the CD, she wrote, "To all of the other angels that have earned their wings in their battle against cancer, She wrote that while she was battling and she was getting ready to earn those wings. That moment, hearing what that girl wrote, was the most impactful moment of the entire weekend. These children shouldn't ever have to go through this, and that's what this hospital is. It is the goal, so no child has to know what that feels like. It has to know what that kind of loss is. They shouldn't have to know. They shouldn't have to think of earning their wings at such a young age. They shouldn't have to know other kids that are earning their wings because of cancer and for other incurable diseases. They shouldn't have to go through that. But there are kids that do, and they handle it with such a strength that is just undeniably amazing, and with this wisdom that is well beyond their years. All of the doctors and all of the nurses and all of the staff in the quality of life team make them feel like everything is going to be okay. And they are going to make sure that even after that parent hugs their child for the last time, that the parents and the siblings are taken care of by St. Jude to prepare them for the next steps in their life and to prepare them for a life without their child. As sad as these stories are, just know that there are so many positive stories that outweigh those stories because of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So while you're listening, of course, think of your children. Think of any child that you've ever had a relationship with, whether it is your niece or your nephew or your siblings or a grandchild, and think that you're blessed to not have to go through these things like these parents and these families have to. You don't have to go to St. Jude, but think that there is a way you can help these parents and make this situation easier by being a supporter of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.